YouTube has changed this year. Something shifted in the YouTube ecosystem, and I've been on the platform for the past 12 years, and I've personally never seen changes like this. I've been through multiple algorithm changes, channel updates, and all types of stuff that YouTube has integrated. And channels that were posting the exact same content last year ago are now watching their views collapse today. New channels with way less effort are blowing up overnight, while other channels with great strategies from 2024 are simply dying out. So what the heck is going on? My name is Nathan, and I've scaled multiple channels past 1 million subscribers, and I've watched many shifts in the YouTube algorithm and ecosystem in real time. And there's a lot of things going on. So today we're gonna break down what exactly has changed on YouTube, what is working today. By the end of this video, you'll understand all of those things. This is coming from a creator that actively runs multiple channels, getting 100 million monthly views and long form content. So let's begin. So the way this is gonna work is Johnny's gonna ask me questions. These are questions from your comments. These are questions from Reddit forums. These are questions that people are very curious about the changes of YouTube. And I'm gonna give you the answers. So Johnny, what do we got?
Question number 1. Everyone keeps saying shorter videos are winning now. So why are some long form creators still getting massive views and making more money than ever?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest question I've ever heard.
You wanna go to another?
Of course a short video is gonna make less money. The longer video is always gonna make more money. It's a longer video, it has more ads. What kind of question? Who typed that question, bro?
What's that What changed in your editing style this year that instantly improved performance?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the things we focused on is we focused on editing our videos to be longer and more engaging. Now, obviously, this didn't just change in the editing process. This also changed in the scripting and filming process, but we are going for longer videos because we know if you get hooked in the beginning of a video and you really like the idea of the video and what's gonna happen in this video, you're probably gonna stick around for 30 or 40 minutes instead of making a shorter video that's 10 or 12 minutes. So we are focusing a lot of our time across all of our channels on making our videos longer and longer because it keeps the audience more engaged, it connects them to us more, we get to do bigger scenes, which is exciting, and at the same time, it makes 2, sometimes 3 times the amount of revenue making longer videos. So if you can do it, if you have the resources and the time to make longer videos, absolutely, would highly recommend.
How are you cutting videos differently today versus 10 years ago?
That's a good question. I think 10 years ago when I was cutting my videos, I was just cutting out the boring stuff. I would just cut out the fat. I would cut out the stuff that didn't make sense to be in the video. Very simple. Like that was it. Nowadays, when we're cutting videos, we might cut out an entire scene if it doesn't add to the video. So we might spend time, effort, and money filming a whole scene, which later we might entirely cut out if we put the video together and it doesn't make sense. I was just downstairs with our editing team and we reviewed a vlog that was, I think it was a 50-minute video, and we wanted the video to be a little shorter. We wanted it to land around 35 minutes. We cut out 2 entire scenes that were like 7 minutes each, but these scenes also didn't really add anything to the video. That's the important part. If the scene doesn't add value to the video, if it doesn't give the viewer emotion, if it doesn't get the viewer excited about what's coming next, the scenes literally did nothing. They were just filler scenes. So we cut them out. They didn't add any value. So that would be the big difference. Because like 10 years ago, I would leave scenes in that didn't add value because I didn't know what adding value to the viewer meant. Nowadays, adding value to the viewer typically connects directly to their emotions. So it's like, does it make them happy? Does it make them excited? Does it make them curious for what's gonna happen next? Does it answer a question? Does it tie into the purpose of the video? It has to be some sort of emotion, value, reason, purpose that scene is there. And if it doesn't have that, we cut it out.
Okay, what part of the process matters most? The idea, the packaging, or the execution?
I'm gonna have to say that is also a dumb question because all of it matters. Simple enough. You said 3 things there. The idea, the packaging, and the execution. First off, the idea and the packaging, that's the same thing because the most important thing to do as a content creator is you have to get someone to click on your video, and that is the idea and the packaging. The packaging, I'm assuming what you're referencing to is the title and the thumbnail, and then you have the video idea. But the title and the thumbnail is the video idea. Getting someone to click on your video is very important. Now, would I say it's more important than the execution? No, absolutely not. Because you could have an incredible video idea, title, and thumbnail, and then if they click on it and you're not able to execute on that idea, then your idea actually sucks. So I would say they are equally important. There's not one more important than the other, because it also can go the other way. If you have a video and you execute on it and it's a awesome idea, but the packaging is terrible, then you're screwed. No one's gonna click on it. So no one's gonna know how good your idea was. So both of them are equally important, 100%.
Okay, here goes the next one. On this channel, we always say, you should focus on quantity versus quality.
Yes.
But what was the moment you realized more uploads isn't the answer anymore?
I think I started to realize to switch over to quality when I understood what made a video that could get 1 million views in my niche of content. Because you can look at a lot of creators and you can say, oh, I understand why that got 1 million views, or oh, I understand why this guy is doing so well. But until you do it for your own channel on your own page, you don't actually know. Like, you really don't. You can think you know. Once I started consistently uploading videos that got 1 million views, I understood the principles that allowed me to get those 1 million views for my channel, in my niche, my category, my audience. And then I could focus on those ideas. So I would concentrate myself around the quality of what it takes to get 1 million views. And then I started getting 3 million views per video, right? So I was uploading less videos, but I was getting more views per video. The channel was growing, but I was posting less. But you have to figure that out on your own channel, because what gets 1 million views on my channel versus your channel is totally different styles of content, most likely, right? Like, you're not gonna upload the same videos I upload and get the same views. You're just not. Our channels are different. Our personalities are different. Our styles are different. So you gotta figure that out first, and then you can really focus on that quality and hone in on it. And if you want us to help you figure out that, we actually have a full audit package in Bluprint Premium. We will look at your channel, go deep into it, and give you a 50+ page audit package on everything you can do to improve your channel and grow. This is coming directly from my team that does these audits. So it's not like we just, outsource it to AI or some random company. No, this stuff is really, really good. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description. You can book a call, you can talk to someone on our team, see if you're a fit, and we can get that rolling for you and get that channel growing.
Next question. What's the difference between showing up on camera and actually building a personality?
How do you go from making videos without your face to making videos with your face?
Yes.
The thing is like, if you're making videos without your face, that's totally okay. That's how a lot of people start channels, because they don't want to show off their face. I get it. That's how I started my channel as well. But the thing is if you're making videos, then your voice is probably in it, right? So part of your identity is already in those videos. And whenever you reveal your face, you're going to have a much deeper connection with the people that watch your videos. Let me ask you this, Johnny. Imagine you go to a dinner with some dude, and you guys want to talk business, but the dude has a mask on. You can't even see what he looks like. That is probably going to change your perception about how you talk to this person, how you interact with them, right? It's kind of weird. Now, if he takes off the mask, you all of a sudden feel more trust. You feel like you can connect with that person better because you see them face to face. There's just a lot of human elements that unlock when you show your face. Simple as that. Imagine you go watch a movie with a bunch of famous actors like Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, but they have a mask on the whole time. You can hear their voice, but you can't see their face. You can't see their facial expressions. You can't see when they're smiling. You can hear them laughing, but you don't see them laughing. You can kind of understand how that would be a little weird. So I always say, try to show your face in your content. If you want to be a YouTuber, that's just the reality of being a YouTuber. That's like trying to become a movie actor, but you're like, oh, I don't want to show my face or my body. How are you going to be a movie actor? You couldn't be a movie actor. You would have to then be a director, right? Or an editor, right? Something like that. If you want to build up hype around it, I think that's cool too. If you saw what the Minecraft player Dream did, where he was, constantly talking throughout hundreds of videos, and he built up this huge thing about him showing off and finally revealing his face. I think that is genius. It's basically a marketing stunt. So do stuff like that.
So this is gonna be like a two-part question. When you see a video massively outperform other videos, what are the first things your brain immediately analyzes about the video?
I think one thing I try to do when I see a video like that does so well is I try to think of what was my thoughts before this video went viral. Because before a video goes viral, you probably have some thoughts in your brain, right? Maybe you think it's gonna go viral, but why? Why do you think it's gonna go so well? I will actually write down these thoughts. I will write down my video title, and I will write down all of my thoughts about why I think this video is gonna do well. I think it's gonna do well because of this. I think it's gonna do well because the thumbnail shows this. I think it's gonna do well because a year ago we did a video similar to this and it did this many views. Like, I basically do like a little data compile about why I think this video is gonna do well. And then after the video goes up, if it does outperform and starts going viral, I will then write down my thoughts again. And sometimes those thoughts will change. So what I do is I try to compare the thoughts and I try to see how I can replicate those thoughts for future ideas. And then obviously I'm looking at the analytics, right? I'm looking at the analytics, I'm seeing what's going on. I'm looking at the retention. Is the retention higher than normal? What about the CTR? You know, what are people saying in the comments? The comments is a big deal. There's so many YouTubers that don't look at their comment section. Like, what are people saying about this? Are they saying it's the best video they've ever seen? Are they saying, like, what are they saying, right? So just doing more of a deep dive on analyzing all the data that you have from that video and then learning how to replicate it again.
And now vice versa. What do you analyze first when a video underperforms?
I would do the exact same thing. If a video underperforms, I will do literally what I just said. I would do the exact same thing, because you're probably gonna get more lessons from the failing videos than the winning videos. So there's more lessons there. I've never met someone that learns more from their wins than their failures. You will learn more from your failures than your wins. So there's more lessons. So if anything, you should take the failures more seriously and you should really, really study the failures. So it's like, do you wanna fail more than you win, or do you want to win more than you fail?
That was good.
Yeah, I know I'm good. I've been doing this for like 13 years. Look at this. We probably should put them all right here, you know?
But we have them in the front.
Yeah, we have them in the office downstairs, and then I have some, you know, that I personally hold on to. Like I have this one. This award right here is actually my first one I ever got. This is when my first gaming channel hit 100,000 subscribers. I got that when I was in high school. I have that thing locked away. Dude.
Is that the most special one?
I think this is the most special one. Yeah, this one right here. Because that is the legit first YouTube award I ever got. It hit me the hardest. You know, when I got all the other ones, I mean, I was still very excited, but nothing hits like the first one.
Here we go, last question. You tend to start a lot of trends on YouTube videos, but how do you take inspiration from a successful video that's already a trend without becoming a copycat creator?
I mean, you just have to have your own style and you have to have your own brand pillars. I think if you don't have your own style and you don't have your own brand pillars and you don't have like things that people know you for you, it's gonna be very easy to look like a copycat, right? So it's like when we take an idea, we adjust the idea so much that it doesn't even seem like the original version. A great example of this is one of my good friends, Roman Atwood. He did a video where he filled his house with ball pit balls, but he framed it like a prank. He pranked his family and filled his house with ball pit balls. It was a short video, small video, and it was an awesome video, freaking awesome. I saw that idea and I took a lot of inspiration from that because I thought to myself, what could I fill my house with? What if I filled it with packing peanuts or snow or turned it into a beach or I filled it with trampolines? Now we've done all of those videos now and they all have, you know, 30, 50, 70 million views, but it all started with inspiration from Roman, which shout out to Roman. But the thing is those videos, like I turned my house into a trampoline park, that like almost has nothing to do with Roman Atwood's video. It's not even the same video. Like it's nowhere near the same. But the reason we were able to make them so different is because we completely shifted the idea. We also had our own brand pillars. We really focus on creativity and comedy in a lot of our videos. So we brought in a lot of creativity to make that video really good. And we brought in a lot of comedy about what would it be like to live in a house with trampolines. It's not just a prank. It's like, let's live in this house. There's a lot of things that we did to make that video feel so different that you wouldn't even think it came from that. So that's probably one of the best examples I can give. This is more of a creativity question. You have to be really creative. That's why, I say this all the time, that's why you're a creator. Creators are creative, right? One of your jobs as a creator is to be creative. Now, I was creative when I was a kid, but I had to work on this to get really creative. It's like training like a muscle, you know? You have to work at it, right? You don't just snap your fingers and become creative one day. So that's something you have to work at over the years. And that's something I've been working at for the last 12 years. If you're not creative as a creator, you will struggle, like no doubt about it. Some of the biggest creators that we have in Bluprint Premium, they struggle with creativity and it shows. Like you can look at their content and you can be like, yeah, that idea was just not creative. Like it was not unique, it was not different. You know, that idea has already been done like 20,000 times for the past 14 years. Like of course it didn't do well. Like everyone's already seen it, right? So it's like, Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you learned something new about being a content creator today. And if you need more help, we have an entire 11-hour course for free, link in the description over on our Bluprint University website. And if you instead don't want a course, but you actually want to work with my team and we can help you scale, then you can head over to Bluprint Premium. Both of those links are in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon in a new video.